Introducing.
BBC Introducing
On Radio Humberside.
That track that you just heard there was by Hull artist Dragg. Dragg has been on the scene for quite a while now, the sort of hip-hop and R&B sort of scene around Hull. He's 17 years old, so he's obviously started off quite early, and we'll be finding out about that in just a minute. And he's with us tonight. Dragg, you've brought your latest stuff with you, and first, before we get into that, who was that brilliant voice that we were just listening to there on your track?
That was one of my early collaborations with Laura Prescott. She's basically just been a friend of mine for a while. We go to the same school, so we just collaborated on that track, and it worked. And with production by a few of my friends from Cypher Hairs Productions and O.D. Hunt, a London-based hip-hop producer. So yeah, came out as a really good production, really.
Yeah, it's an excellent track. We've played it on the show before, and we'll no doubt play it again as well. It's of a very high quality. So it could be played on any radio show anywhere. I mean, obviously, we have a bias towards it because we're the BBC Introducing show for Where You Are, but, I'd happily recommend that to anyone. It's a really good tune.
Yeah.
And you've got more like it, and we're going to be hearing a bit more in just a minute. Now, you're not alone tonight. You've got Sir David Okwesi with you this evening. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
David, what's your association to Dragg? What is it you've been doing with Dragg lately?
Well, Dragg asked me to be his manager round about a year ago, but it's only recently, for the past 9 months, that we've been really just working together on future plans for end of this year and next year. So basically I'm his manager and promoting him as such.
So how should people get in touch with you, David, to get Dragg to come down and do something with them?
Well, they can get in touch with me through my website, which is Full Flavour, full-flavour.co.uk. They can also get in touch with me through my email, which is redlocks, REDLOCZ, Hull, HULL, @yahoo.co.uk.
Thanks, David. Now, Dragg, you're working with David, you've been working with Laura. Who else are you collaborating with?
Locally, I've been working with a few other vocalists and rappers. Joy Baserdo is one of them. She just recently moved to Birmingham, but she's a pretty close friend of mine. Collaborated with her, and I've collaborated with a few artists from, I don't know if you've heard of him, Project Phoenix before.
Yeah, we've had him on the show, we're fans.
Yeah. Collaborated with a few other artists, and a few other people really in the Hull scene, and a few other people outside Hull, going to Manchester, London, even to the USA and all that, so yeah.
No, you're not originally from Hull. You're from South Africa, I believe.
Well, yeah, I would say Southern Africa, because I'm a bit of everything from down there. I have Zimbabwean, half South African as well. So it's.
Tell me how you came to be in Hull.
Well, basically, I joined my parents. My parents are both here. Moved here must have been about 9 years ago. And basically, I just joined them really.
And is your South African heritage? Is it in your music? Is it avoidable to have it in your music, and is it deliberately in your music?
Well, you could say so at some point. I have quite, South African stuff has quite a lot of influence in what I do, really, I think.
So you began rapping at the age of 12?
Took interest at that age, but it wasn't really till around about 13, 14 where I took it seriously, after meeting up with Baby Jinx, from Project Phoenix, who started co-producing my stuff, and we're collaborating, and he was basically like my mentor for quite a while. So yeah, so that's when, probably about 3-4 years ago.
Excellent. Now, you're at sixth form college in Hull, I believe.
Yeah, I'm at St Mary's. I'm at St Mary's at the moment.
Okay, now you must be having to fit your studies around your music, or your music around your studies, but what's that like?
It's a nightmare. It's like, you know, trying to, sometimes you get like, you know, we get gigs so late night ones, especially like finishing really, you know, early morning and stuff like that, and you gotta wake up in the morning again, and it's like, you know, but yeah, it's just how it is. If it's what you want to do, really, you gotta, you know, put your back into it and make sure you get what you want out of it, and at the same time keep the studies going. So, because I mean, I think school is very essential, so, you know, I have to kind of compromise at some point.
Now, you're visually impaired. How does that influence your music? Does it influence your music?
Well, depends which angle we're looking at it from, really.
What do you think?
On some tracks, I mean, you might find that there are some things, some elements that I've actually taken from that point that I'm visually impaired, but especially the one that you're gonna play next, which they haven't heard, probably some of them haven't heard out there. But yeah, he is quite actually heavily influenced by what my life experiences and my visual impairment and all that stuff. But on some tracks, it's not really. I'll say it's 50-50, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it adds to the uniqueness of your music, or is it something